I'm Susanna.
I'm Soliana.
And
if you don't know us, get to know.
If you don't know us, get to know. So we came up with a name for our podcast being SereneSoulSisters. Serene comes from a word that means calm, very much peaceful. Soul Sisters. We wanted to incorporate Soul Sisters because I feel like in this day and age, people don't realize how important sisterhood is and how important it is to make good connections with other females who can relate to you, who you can relate to, you can learn things from. Guys, sisterhood is so important. It is so important.
Yeah, so important. Literally.
So a couple of values that we hope to project onto you guys, we hope you learn from us a little bit, InshaaAllah, is Islam. So we're both reverts,
literally,
but very different backstories, very different, although we both link at some point.
It's actually beautiful.
It's so beautiful, alhamdulillah.
Like, I never realized like the different perspectives. Like, I never really took into account the
different perspectives, yeah, especially of being a revert. Like, you think, oh yeah, no, usually people just want to follow, but no, there's different, sisterhood,
like,
literally
sisterhood, like, you don't need to be by yourself, like, there is like-minded people, there is people literally that think exactly like you. You're not weird, you're not too loud, you're not too quiet, or whatever the case is. You're just in the wrong room.
You're literally in the wrong room.
In the wrong room.
Leave the room. Leave the room.
Leave the room. You need to leave the room with rapid action. You need to get out of that room.
Exactly, because meaningful female connections, there is nothing that surpasses that. I'll be honest.
Wallahi.
Nothing. Wallahi.
Literally. One of our values is virtue, which basically like just ties the like idea of like our morals and like our moral standards and like
having good principles.
Yeah, good principles. And it's like, obviously no one's perfect, guys. We know no one's perfect. Like, we're literally humans. Yeah, like
literally.
Where our creation is imperfect. Yeah. So virtue, I feel like, is a really big thing. Like, you have to have morals, you have to have principles,
and it's so important.
Literally, and be with people that align with those morals and principles.
And do you know what it is as well? As long as you're even thinking about, oh, I want to be a better person, bro, that's the first step. Like 1% every day, every single day, because eventually that's going to add up. If you think to yourself, no, I don't want to be a good person, but you're never going to become a good person. Literally. You're never going to have good moral values. You're never going to have good principles if you don't take that first step. That's why it's so important, guys.
Just don't settle. Like, if you're in a bad place, just don't settle. Like, always want better for yourself.
Literally, always, because it's literally yourself.
Yeah. Like,
this is your life. Like,
next one, I feel like this is the most important one. One of the most important.
All of these are actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I feel like all of them are just.
All of these are so important, guys. All of them.
So actually, just as important.
Literally.
You're right. But I feel like gratitude is literally like the door to blessings. Like.
100%.
Yeah, I know you do. But when you just sit back and thank God for like everything that He's put in your life, every lesson He's taught you, the place you're in, the food you have, the water you have, even the smallest things, I feel like
that's what makes you content.
Yeah. You'll be very content and you'll look at things in a very humble way. I feel like it's very important to be humble.
Yeah. And it's like you won't be comparing yourself to other people.
Literally.
Because gratitude takes care of all of that. It's like, okay, who cares if this person has that? Like, you have this. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I feel like gratitude is very,
and you can find gratitude in anything.
Literally.
Anything.
Thank God there's so many people in this world that are way less fortunate than us.
Way less fortunate.
Like, honestly, like, even during this Ramadan, I've seen like myself, like, do you know what I mean, breaking fast, not even have time to go to the corner shop, having like 2 pieces of garlic bread to eat. But I'm like, Alhamdulillah.
Like, because we're waking up.
People have no food for days.
Exactly.
Years, months.
Exactly. You're waking up, you're eating.
Literally.
There's people that care about you. Your parents, if your parents are still here, your parents are still here. Do you know what I mean? There's so much to be grateful for.
Literally. Like, always find things to be grateful for. Because at the end of the day, it could always be worse. Don't be so stagnant in complaining and, you know what I mean, worrying about like all that. Just putting yourself at a low vibration. Like, honestly, just thank Allah. Like, that's the least you can do. You know, ask forgiveness, thank Allah. Like, that's really the least you can do. I mean, everyone's feelings are valid, but always say alhamdulillah, always say thank
Always.
God. Like,
regardless, even if you've literally gone through the most gut-wrenching situation
literally
of your life, alhamdulillah, move on.
Exactly, move on. Because you never know. Like, Allah's wisdom is so, like, out of this earth. I remember when I saw this, like, quote that was like, what Allah gives you is out of His love for you, and what He doesn't give you is out of His wisdom.
Mm-hmm. You know, it took me so long to learn that.
When I realized that, I was like, alhamdulillah. I can never, like, you can never stop saying alhamdulillah.
Yeah, exactly. And even if it's like something like didn't happen that you really wanted to happen, there's a reason it didn't happen, and your life could have probably turned out so much worse if that happened to you. Do you know what I mean? 100%.
100%. Like, literally. Yeah. But okay, is that all of our values?
I think that's it.
Yeah. This podcast is not about perfection. It's
and
not
this
how to be
podcast
perfect.
is not about how amazing we are. No, literally not at all, guys.
No.
We're just learning,
Literally.
developing all the time.
Literally. And we just want you guys to do it with us.
Join us on our journey, because
InShaaAllah.
yeah, I know you guys. Some of you guys can relate to it too.
We actually met in, what year was it? Or like
year 8.
Okay, so this was year 8. Okay. Oh yeah, year 8.
The
How
first
did
time
we actually meet?
I remember.
Really? I don't remember.
It was your friend scrapping. And
I wasn't even there.
You were.
At the scrap.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah, that I tried so hard to forget that scrap.
Okay.
I tried to.
Right, yeah, I remember this. So basically, one of my friends was actually having a fight. And then I remember you was you walking home or something?
No, I was with them.
Oh, no, but I wasn't there.
Oh,
I was definitely not there.
I think when it finished.
Yeah, when it finished,
then you were there, and then I
passed. Yeah.
I never actually spoke
we just walked past each other. But yeah, I actually remember that now. No. I don't think we ever spoke.
No.
Ever.
No. Never. And then even in uni, like, we met at the beginning of uni, and then I think we spoke once.
Yeah, we're both looking at each other like we look so familiar.
So familiar.
And then you're like, oh my god, I'm like, oh my god, like Susanna. And I literally said your name, and I was like, oh my god. And the thing is, I'm so bad with names.
I didn't even think she'd know my name.
So bad with names, but I feel like you're just in distinct space to me, you know. But yeah, and then I was like, oh my days, and then she's like, come next to me, and I was like, oh my god, okay. And you know what? I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, let me just go. So see, I was gonna come next to you. But yeah, so I sat next to her, we just done our little, then we went home. Literally.
Yeah, literally, and then we didn't see
or
hear from each other for the next 2-3 months. Yeah. And until last week.
Literally, no, not last week though, because we literally passed each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like it was so quick. We had like a quick conversation, and I was introducing her to someone. She was introducing me to someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I thought, oh yeah, she definitely brushed it, and you actually thought the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she probably brushed it. And then, guys, this is your sign to beg it, bro. Beg it.
Yeah.
If you find a meaningful connection, beg it.
Yeah.
Beg it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. But see me, I just feel like I'm so in my own thoughts. Like I'm just like, I feel like sometimes I'm drowning a bit in my own thoughts. So, and then I'm just like, I don't want to bother anyone, because in the past I felt like, that bothering.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I hate bothering people. So I'm just like, you know what? And I know, trust Allah. Like, but sometimes you have to put your step into it with that. Yeah. So, but I'm just a very trust the thing. But I'm so glad, guys. I'm so glad she did, because I kept overthinking that interaction. And I was like, I don't want to let this opportunity go. I actually don't want to let the opportunity go.
That's literally what I was thinking as well. Literally. When did and then we went to the library together.
Yeah, we went to the library together. And then literally on that day, that was like a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then, now we're here. And we literally went on a cute date together. Got to know each other. It was a very intentional friendship. Yeah,
there was no awkward silences. There was no awkwardness. There was no stigma, nothing.
Literally. It was actually so natural.
It was
I feel like because we actually did the whole date, the whole getting to know each other, we actually, you know what I mean? We actually tried to get to know each other.
Exactly.
And tried to understand. I don't know how to put into words, guys, but yeah, I feel like doing things with intention, that's one thing I feel like this friendship has shown me.
100%.
Doing things with intention is very, very important.
And you reminded me. You know, when it comes to when you were talking about you get into your own head and it's like, oh, you don't want to beg it, basically. You know what I learned, like, because I used to be exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But what you need to do is you need to keep putting in an effort into people until they give you a reason not to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Until they give you a reason where it's like you've messaged them, they're not answering, you message them again, they're not answering, but they've seen it, then it's like, okay, cool, like, I'll take a step back.
Yeah.
But if it's a thing where you're messaging them, they're messaging you, everything's going great, the connection's amazing, you feel it, the other person probably feels it, get out of your head.
Yeah, but I feel like
that's
actually a very good point. And I feel like that comes with the whole healing thing as well. Like healing your inner, like whatever, just healing in general. Because I feel like once you're at like a good enough place in your healing journey, not saying like fully healed, but I feel like once you're like at a good enough place in your healing journey, you kind of understand that you're communicating for clarity rather than for like control, like of the situation. Like, I'm communicating this because this is the response I want, but F the response you want. You're just communicating for clarity, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, just put in what you need to do, and then the outcome, like, Allah will show you. Literally.
And you know what is, if you go move with anything with good intentions, and nothing can ever be brought back onto you. As long as you do everything with good intention, I'm telling you guys, there's no way you can beg it too much. There's no way you can destroy your own image if you'll just do everything with good intention. Because what they're going to say, oh, this person was messaging me bears about asking to go out. Bro, do you know how stupid you sound?
Yeah, no, I think that is genuinely so stupid.
Do you know how dumb you sound?
You know what's even crazier is I don't even think like that though. I don't think like, I'm scared to beg it, I'm not going to lie, but it's not even like
like what they...
I don't think they're going to say to the next person, oh, she was begging it. But I feel like it's just a thing where it's like, I don't know, like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like a thing like, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, what if they don't feel the same?
Yeah, what if
they're
I
not on the same page?
Yeah, I can't, like, I feel like I'm just scared.
Yeah, to, like, over pour our cup.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I feel like that's valid.
That's so valid because we've made so many friendships in this, bro, even in this uni, I have so many friends that I definitely over pour my cup. 100%.
Yeah, and it just feels like a waste.
Yeah, and me and you made me realize that. It's not a waste, but made me realize, like, why are you over pouring your cup for someone who doesn't?
Exactly. I feel like that's one thing as well. Like, I've started to match energy.
That's what I realized yesterday. Yesterday I was literally like, no, I can't do this anymore. And the one thing that I was like, bro, I need to start matching people's energy.
But it is a bit annoying. But I think I've actually been doing that since last year. Or like since like toward the end of like around the time I was turning like 20, I would say. When I actually turned 20, I feel like that's when I was like, you know what? F this, I'm matching energy. And I just started literally meeting people at the same point they met me. Like, and kind of being a bit selfish. I feel like that's the best advice I think I've ever got, is to be selfish. But I didn't really understand it at the time. But now I get it.
See, that's the thing. Like, I feel like me, I went through, my phases in life was like, I was just like making so many mistakes, so much. And then but I was still very much selfless, like doing things for other people. And I didn't put myself first at all. And then that's when everything switched off and I started being selfish. But I can't lie, like during this period of time, I was like, even people were telling me that I was selfish, and I was like, well, like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? Because I spent so long not being selfish. And even like looking back, the things that I was doing, then they weren't even selfish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then literally, and then I can't lie, after, that's when I stopped over pouring my cup and started matching energy, but only for people that I didn't know. As in, if it was a thing where I met someone and we started talking and they start moving off, I'll move off as well. But if it was an existing friendship where it's like I've already been putting in the effort and then they suddenly move off, I won't move off. But I can't, like, yesterday, clocked it, I need to stop. We need to stop it. I don't think you really do that.
To be fair, I don't do that. If I see one shift, I'll try to like, no, I'm not going to lie. I'm straight, but okay, not that straight, okay. Not one shift, okay. But if I do feel a shift in energy, I will take a step back.
Yeah.
Just so I can like analyze it, because I'm very like, I just feel energy is like so strong. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we're both like that. Very spiritual.
Very aware. Like emotionally aware.
Yeah.
So emotionally
but I feel like
aware.
it's like spiritually aware as
well.
Yeah,
100%. Everything, the whole shebang.
Yeah, the whole shebang, guys. But it's like, we're so aware, so it's like, I know I'm not tripping. No one can make me feel like I'm crazy. I'm self-aware. The whole shebang, literally.
The whole shebang.
Aware. I'll take a step back. I'll analyze the situation, and then if I just genuinely think like, okay, this is just the person where it's like this was at this time of my life. It was perfectly meant to be there at this time for a specific reason. To show me something, God put you there, and now He's removing you. I'm just gonna let it.
Literally, just let it be. I'm
like
not
no grudge, no nothing.
No, nothing. Literally nothing.
Like all your secrets are safe with me, Cookie. But
I'll never tell anyone. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
but when don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's fine. Nah,
like, do you know what? Like,
okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We live and we learn.
Yeah, literally.
Ethnically, I am mixed. So my mom's Polish and my dad's Palestinian. Growing up in that household,
MashaAllah, first of all.
Growing up in that household was obviously had its challenges. So not only is it mixed ethnicities, but it's also mixed religions. So my mom's Christian and my dad's Muslim, and then I also have a younger sister. Growing up, I was taken to church. I was confirmed, and I did a lot of things to do with church. Like I was very much involved, but at this point I didn't really have much. I didn't have
direction.
I didn't have much direction. I couldn't really do things for myself because I was young.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't really learn much about Islam when I was younger because my dad was always working. He's very much a traditional Arab man, so he believes in the.
Well, I just want to say, like, self-direction, not like from your parents, but
oh yeah.
Like self-direction.
Self-direction.
Because also you're young. So
Yeah.
Just has to add that. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
So he has very much the olden day standards, values. The man should go to work, the woman should stay home, look after kids. So growing up, I didn't learn anything about Islam. I didn't really know how to speak Arabic. I couldn't read or write. I still don't know how to read or write. InShaaAllah, soon we'll both learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, after around like I'd say the age of 15, 16 is when I proper started looking into Islam and trying to find my path. And that's when I realized, like, it clicked. I was like, this is what I believe in. Like, this resonates with me. Like, I genuinely want to become a better person for Allah. Like, that's point blank. And that's how I made it.
Literally. And it's just so crazy because, like, we both have...
and what Soliana's about to tell you, everyone's going to link back, guys.
I was born and raised in London. Yeah, we both went to the same secondary school, but we just weren't in there at the same time.
Yeah.
And... yeah, I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. We both kind of like have been said this before, but I don't really remember too much of my childhood. But what I do remember is like, yeah, it was very like, you know, it's like a very traditional household as well. I had a very traditional household. Fully Eritrean.
MashaAllah.
But yeah, fully Eritrean. And yeah, so growing up, my dad was actually in the war. So I was very like, I was very present in like the Eritrean like community when it came to like Independence Day, Remembrance Day, all of these things. I used to like perform, write poems to my dad, like perform in front of everyone, do actual like acting stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was so nice, bro. It was actually so nice. Alhamdulillah, I actually used to do that because like it was so nice. It was actually so nice and like rewarding. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Literally, defo.
And it's like not everyone does that.
Exactly. Like not everyone's dad was in the war as well.
Exactly.
Like, what? Like and then we actually still go to the same. Well, you bet. She went once, but it's fine. Enough. We actually went Otherbound together, which was like a youth like development program type of thing. Yeah, for kids like
youth
year 11 around like year 11, year 10, 8.
Yeah, like year 10. Yeah.
And yeah, some guy who was actually teaching me maths, he's Eritrean, he literally came up to me like, your dad's literally a hero, like make sure you tell your dad he's a hero. And that was just like the nicest thing. I was like, oh, like my dad is really a hero, and I feel like it's like a big part of who I am today. I feel like that's why I'm so like determined and like so like resilient, alhamdulillah. And I'm so like, I always want the best for myself. Like I want to know who I am. I want to like proper know who I am, and I want to like help people. I like just project positivity, like You know what I mean? Like, my dad was actually a hero for real. So, like, how could I not be?
Guys, she's literally a hero. Like, oh my god, she literally saved me.
InshaaAllah, like,
InshaaAllah.
InshaaAllah. And I actually love that. Like, but yeah, I feel like my dad is definitely like he's actually like the best. Like, he's actually best. But yeah, so is my mum, of course. But yeah,
I feel like our dads will always have a special place in our heart. Like, I'm my dad's girl, 100%.
Yeah, a million percent.
A million percent. Like, I love my mother, don't get me wrong, but I am my dad's girl.
1,000%. Like, yeah, 100%. But yeah, it just sucks that they are, you know, very traditional. But at the same time, I love everything about them.
Everything. It's their first time living.
Their first time living
in this
earth. All makes mistakes, but you know what I mean? Like, everyone makes mistakes.
Exactly. If you can look past other people's mistakes, you can look past your parents' mistakes.
Literally. But obviously, you're going to feel them deeper.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, if you can look past it, InshaaAllah, like, do it. Like,
exactly. And it's just lessons at the end of the day. You know what to do with your kids.
Exactly. Like,
or what not to do.
Yeah. I feel like family is just a massive test in
literally
general.
Family is because no family on this earth is the same.
Yeah.
Do you know, no family
is like,
on this earth.
I know that's like the biggest test from God. Like one of the biggest tests.
Yeah. Because he always says to respect your parents. And it's like so many situations come where it's like you just don't want to respect them.
Exactly. And you know, in the Quran, it does not say one part. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it always says to, like, it doesn't say to obey your parents. It says to respect your parents.
It says to respect.
And I just find that so beautiful because it literally just says respect them. Like, of course you're not going to see eye to eye. Of course you're not. Especially, you know, how we're like different generations, especially like the older your parents are and all those things there. But yeah, you might not always see eye to eye, especially in our situations how we're both reverts.
Especially.
Like, but always respect them, InshaaAllah. Like,
as you would your own opinion.
Yeah, and it's okay to make mistakes. Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself.
Yeah, forgive yourself.
Guys, because you deserve it.
Literally.
Like, it's your first time living as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You may have made a mistake that's so you think, oh my God, like everyone's going to hate me. Bro, as long as you want to become a better person, you've learned from that mistake, who cares? Who gives a toss? Who gives a toss? Guys, self-development is so important. Always having good morals, good intentions, good principles is so important. And more time, like, you know why I love doing this? Like, I love being a good person because we're the breath of fresh air in other people's lives. And you know that genuinely, like, that gives me so much. That can be my only purpose in life.
That's so crazy.
And wallahi, I don't, like, that's part, like, I do not mind.
Same. Like, I love that about myself. Like, I feel like I'm like the lighthouse, like, if people's like the breath of fresh air, like, literally is the best. Literally. And I literally love that. Like, exactly. I love that.
And we're always going to be that to people, I'll be honest. And if we're not, that does not reflect on us at all. Yeah. Because we always do things with good intention.
Amongst like so many of the other things like we literally both relate to
is war.
Yeah, like both of us had like parents that were like raised in war and stuff.
Exactly. So your dad?
Yeah, my dad was actually a fighter in the war between Eritrea and Ethiopia. If you don't know about that, we gained our independence in 1977. Clack the tea.
Clack it.
Yeah, my dad was actually in the war for like 16 years. Like, yeah, it was very crazy. Like, you can obviously only imagine.
Especially back then. Do you know how, like,
Eritrea had nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. And, like, I actually watched a documentary on it. It was a very, like, this documentary. Oh, it was very hard to watch. But I feel like we've also become so, like, desensitized by these things. Like, it's so common nowadays. It's horrible. But anyway, yeah, my dad is a real true hero. And I can't lie. Like, I look up to my dad so much. Like, alhamdulillah. Like, yeah. What was your dad's experience?
So my dad, both his parents and him were born in Palestine. Then because of the war, there was a lot of difficulties in living where you were born, which is a bit strange actually, because you were literally born there.
You were literally born there.
Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so like. But anyway, so my dad and his parents so he is the firstborn child. Yeah, so all of them had to move to Lebanon, and they lived in a camp called, oh, I'm not going to say what it's called. They moved to a Palestinian camp in Lebanon, in southern Lebanon. Then the rest of his siblings, all of them, they grew up in Lebanon. Alhamdulillah, I don't have any close family in Palestine, but ever since I was a little girl, ever since he was a child, I'm sure, the war has been such an ongoing thing, whether it be in Palestine or in Lebanon. Israel loves bombing Lebanon as well. Beirut constantly gets bombed. And southern Lebanon, over the past year, southern Lebanon has been such a target because of the Palestinian camps that reside there. My family being in one of them. I can't like this. I have not spoken to anyone because all my friends in uni, like they don't understand. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, cool, like, oh, like it's sad, whatever, but they don't understand. Like, that's why, guys, I genuinely, when people spread awareness about Palestine or Lebanon, like, I actually take it, like, I genuinely appreciate it so much. And the thing is, I've said this, like, I do appreciate it, but for me to see my friends not posting about Palestine,
wasn't like never. They never.
And even there was this one time where one of my friends posted me after I posted like some long Palestine thing, and then one of my friends, he goes, "Why was she posting you?" When it was literally just for support. Do you know what I mean? And it's just little things like that. Like, guys, there's so many people less fortunate than us. So many people.
I just want to say, like, guys, especially in this month of Ramadan, like, and every other month actually, but especially in this month, if you haven't already donated, like, donate to Palestine, especially, like, you know what I mean, like our Muslim brothers and sisters, and like Congo as well, Sudan, Yemen, like, so if you feel like any of these align with you, or
you want to learn more, you want to learn with us, you want to grow with us,
you want to grow with us, because that's the most important thing. I feel like growth, like growing together.
We're not even close to the end, guys. Like, this is literally just the beginning of our journey. Literally, the beginning. So we hope to have you guys here with us.
And at the end of the day, I feel like it's so important because, like, all we have is each other.
Literally, that's the only thing we have.
All we have is each other. Literally. Wallahi. And it's like, use the resources you have to grow, be that person. Do you know what I mean? Like, encourage people. Because at the end of the day, one person's success does not take away from the next. What one person gets does not take away from the next. Like, if anything, you're just going to get good deeds. Do you know what I mean? Like, InshaaAllah, like, honestly.
InshaaAllah.